In war, you must battle the elements as well as the enemy. Remember, while the setting is virtual, the damage done is all too real.
What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. Today, we're going to be taking down another Exo Simulation Challenge. This one is known as Survival, and the way it works is incredibly simple. We are trying to get to the very top of this area, all the way up there to take down a boss. But to get there, we need to survive the biting cold. Now, you see the multiplier going up, biting cold times 6, times 7, etc. If that reaches times 10, you die. By not being in one of these circles here that surround these lanterns, your biting cold will continue to increase at a very steady rate until it reaches times 10, and then it kills you. So you're basically trying to move from lantern to lantern without dying. Now, the good news is that Vex also drop these little motes on the ground that will reduce your biting's cold by, I believe, times 2 every time you pick them up. Of course, it is on a little bit of a timer, so you kind of have to stagger them out a little bit. But make sure you're killing Vex as you go as well, because there will be times where there are giant breaks between lanterns, and you can't solely rely on those for health. For instance, where we're at right now, you kind of need to be able to pick those up, otherwise you are not going to make it all the way, because we still have a little bit of a ways to go before we actually get to the next one. Luckily, there is some Vex right here that we can get more from. And on top of that, you also will only start with primary ammo when you first begin this challenge. So that's something else to keep in mind. Now, see these right here? You can fall between them, but it's a lot more generous than you think it is. You can't just like slip between the cracks or anything on the floating ice, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. Apparently, I am not in the circle for that one when I was standing on top. That was very strange. Okay, now I am in place. Let's continue to climb. It's basically hurry, manage your debuff, and just go, 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 go. That's really all there is to it. It's a very, very simple challenge. Really, the only place where I would say this gets a little complicated is when we actually get to the very end, but even then, not so much, and you'll see why. This is probably the easiest and simplest of the challenges. Well, I don't know. The last one we did is pretty easy as well, but this one in particular, for some reason, is just like, whenever I saw it, it was always such a relief, because it's like, oh, I can get through this in like 5 minutes and then just move on. Let me hop up here and get rid of this hobgoblin. Well, they drop their little moat, and then we can head on over this way. Not that I actually needed that, because we were so close. Now, you can kind of just run through the lanterns. You don't need to like take your time or anything, because they do get rid of your debuff very quickly. So that is another thing. Now, we're almost there. We don't really have a whole lot, much further to go. We just need to get to the top of this structure right here. I am going to be getting myself some kills here, so let's just do that. Remember, that thing works incredibly well when you use those in tandem. Now, we are going to have to get more Vex kills here, because our biting cold is going to kill us before we get to the next lantern for sure. So throw a couple shurikens, and there we go. We can do this again here. I really love the shurikens. They are my absolute favorite thing for just taking care of those. And hey, we also finished the No Time to Explain catalyst in the middle of this. And you know what? I think when I get to this one, I will actually go ahead and apply that. All right. Not bad. Interesting timing to actually be getting that done, but hey, we will absolutely take it. All right. So now that this thing is masterworked, the rewind again time portal is a lot better now. So the way that this one works is simple, but again, it can be a little tricky. So you only have the one lantern in this entire arena while you're trying to deal with this boss here. However, there are going to be other Vex that are going to spawn around. You can obviously still use them to get the debuffs. So honestly, you can absolutely do this entire fight without going anywhere near the lantern the entire time. I'm not kidding when I tell you that. So just deal with the enemies, get yourself high damage attacks. You're going to probably want to use your super at some point. The only reason I am not is because I don't want to make this fight too easy. It's already kind of easy enough. You are going to have fanatics to deal with, though, and they do complicate things a little bit, because picking up their motes can be a little bit dangerous, since they do leave those pools of Vex fluid at their feet, which is probably what the mote is sitting in. So if you're low on health, you might not want to swoop by and pick those up necessarily. Isn't going to work out as well, I would say. If I can just get my time chasm portal going. This guy is being relentless. There it is. And now this thing is going to shoot a whole lot faster. Let's take all of them out. Biting Cold. It's only at ×3, so I think we're fine. I'll be able to swoop by and grab those. And then one more Godslayer Warhead should get the job done for me if I can just maneuver around the shield, and that should do it. There we go.
You know, you remind me of my granddaughters when they were children. In the most tedious sense. I didn't enjoy entertaining their inexhaustible games then. And I certainly don't now. Hopefully, you've had your fill.
Clovis, you are a dick. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this really short episode of Let's Play Destiny. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.